Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. So we've got something completely different today. We're on board Cunard's Queen Victoria. We're trying cruising for the first time. We've never done this before. I think I've done a couple of like mini cruises with DFDS in the past over to like Denmark and stuff, but never anything on this scale.
This is my first experience, other than like ferries and stuff.
Like the Woolwich Ferry or something.
I was like a ferry to Calais, but
so yeah, this is our first time on board any sort of cruise of this magnitude. So well, I'm excited. Charlotte's a bit nervous. So yeah, we were at Southampton. We got the train down from London this morning. We had a quick stop off in Southampton city centre, had a game of darts in O'Neill's, and made our way down to Southampton port, and we're due to leave in about 15 minutes. So we're only on board for 4 nights, so it's currently Friday. We set sail for Hamburg tonight, and then we got a day at sea tomorrow. We get to Hamburg early hours Sunday morning, turn back Sunday evening, day at sea Monday, back to Southampton Tuesday. So we got quite a good deal on this. I'll talk through the prices and all that kind of stuff later. But we thought we'd just try this to see how we feel with cruising. I mean, I'll be honest, already I'm sold. Like, we've been on here for like an hour. We've had a little walk around, and it just looks amazing from the minute you step on. Like the lobby area, there's a casino on board, so we'll definitely be paying a visit to that later on. It just looks amazing.
yeah, I'm just a little bit nervy at the moment. It was as we were driving in the cab, like in the Uber, and Laurie was like, "Oh, there's the ship." I was like, "What is that?"
It's huge.
It's massive.
It's absolutely massive.
Yeah. Now I'm kind of counting down till we have to go, because I've been fine on boats before, but I'm just a little bit.
It'd be fine.
A little bit nervous.
It'd be absolutely fine. There's loads of bars on board, load of restaurants, loads to do. I'll show you the entertainment guide in a minute. It's mad.
Loads of nice shops.
Yes, there's plenty of shops.
Nice jewellery shops.
Yeah. So anyway, we don't even know if we're going to get off at Hamburg. We've had a bit of a challenging start to the year. We've had a couple of funerals. We've had loads on at work. You've been unwell, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm getting over a chest infection at the moment. So if you hear me sounding a bit croaky or I start coughing mid-talking, I apologise.
Yeah, it's been a bit under the weather. Jude's
had chicken pox and then a chest infection within the space of a month.
And he's turned into a three-nager.
Yeah.
So it's been
I was going to touch on the funerals as well. And we sadly lost my godfather at the start of the year. And yeah, we were really close. So it's been tough.
But he was a keen cruiser.
He was a keen cruiser. So his name's Colin. So Colin and Diane. I'm gonna do a little toast to Colin in a bit. But yeah, they loved cruising. They always told us about the cruising, and
so it feels quite apt that our first sort of proper holiday of 2025 is on a cruise. So yeah, we are. I mean, I speak for myself. I'm really excited for this. I think this will be great. We're thinking of heading to the main restaurant tonight, which is the Britannia restaurant.
Got an early sit-in.
Yeah, 6 o'clock.
Yeah,
which is a bit early. I mean, what's it now? It's 4:20. So we're going to set sail in 10 minutes. So I think what we'll do, get changed, have a drink, and so we've got a balcony. I'll show you that in a second as well. So hopefully we can sort of watch the scenery go past before we go to dinner.
But the thing to touch on for the early dinner is if you have an early seat-in for dinner, they open up. Is it the buffet restaurant? They have like late night snacks.
The buffet's 24/7 on here, which is mad. The buffet's 24/7. There's the chest infection. Yeah, the buffet's 24/7. So I think at about 11 o'clock they put the dinner stuff away, and then you get your nighttime. I think they call it takeaway snacks, where it's like burgers and kebabs and all of that kind of stuff. So we might even head up there. And they've also got 24-hour in-room like dining service included in the price. But so yeah, worst come to worst, we'll get something ordered to our room a bit later on. So yes, anyway, we'll leave it there. I'll show you around the room quickly before we set sail. And yeah, we'll see you soon. So thanks for watching along and take care. Right, so I'll just quickly show you around the room. To be fair, for a cruise liner, it's pretty big. You've got loads and loads of wardrobe space in here. I won't go through all of them, you know what that's like. And then in here is your bathroom, which is done out, again, for a cruise liner. It's really nice. The only thing I would say is, I've read this online, but they said that the shower's head is quite low. And I'll be honest, I think it is. I think I'm going to have to sort of duck down in there. I mean, I'm not the tallest of people anyway, but I have to crouch down to actually wash my hair in a minute. So this is your bed. You can pick either a twin or a king. So we obviously went for the king, but it looks very nice. You've got a drawer, well, a set of drawers either side, and then you've got your telly there. Now we opted for a balcony. It was about £100 extra for the 4 days, so for me it was a little bit of a no-brainer. Over here you've got your desk area. Underneath there you have got a mini fridge. I will quickly show you that. You can bring your own wine along, so the little bottle of wine at the top's included. So you get half a bottle of champagne on any travel with Cunard. The couple of bottles to the right hand side we brought with us. You can bring 2 per journey, so we made the most of that. And we'll have them in a minute, and then I'll show you on the balcony. So we obviously haven't left just yet. So we're still in port at Southampton, but this is our view. There's another fair sized ship over there. Not sure if you can make that out, but that's the Norwegian Princess, I'm going to say. I did look it up, I can't remember what it was. But yeah, we're happy with this room. We're happy with this room. I'm looking forward to waking up in the morning and seeing what the view's like when we're out at sea on our way to Germany. So yeah, very pleased with this so far. So we're just leaving Southampton, and as I said, as part of the Cunard deal, they give you this little half a bottle of champagne. So cheers.
Cheers.
To Colin.
To Colin.
So we just left Southampton. It's taking our time. Next stop is obviously Hamburg. So this was the menu for the first night. So you can basically pick 1 starter, 1 soup and salad, 1 main course and 1 dessert, followed by coffee and petit fours. So just as we sat down, we was basically just going past the Isle of Wight, so we had a really nice view out to the right hand side as the sun was going down, looking towards that. So for starters, I had the crab and Charlotte had the terrine. We both had the soup for the soup or salad choice, and then for mains we went slightly different. So for mains I opted for the medallions of pork, and Charlotte went for one of the always available mains, which was the roasted chicken, followed by the rice pudding, and Charlotte had the warm cherry tart. After the meal we ventured down to the casino, but we didn't have an awful lot of luck. We played a few slots and a bit of blackjack before cutting our losses and making our way up to the yacht club. The yacht club's a bit of like a nighttime venue. They had a singer and keyboard player playing, so we stayed there for probably best part of an hour, but it wasn't really our sort of thing, so we ventured down to the Queen's room instead. So we went right from the top back to the bottom of the boat. We caught the end of a 80s band, I think it was, It Takes Two, but we literally caught the final knockings of that before the silent disco started, and this was something completely different. We've never done anything like this before, so it felt like a good opportunity to try something new, and I'll leave it up to you to see what you think of our dancing. So morning everyone, day 2. What's your thoughts so far?
It's amazing. It's really good.
Yeah, we didn't sleep great. It feels like you're sleeping on like a lilo, doesn't it, in a swimming pool or something.
Yeah.
But I think it's just getting used to it. I think that's all it is. But yeah, it's been great so far. Food was nice last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, food was amazing.
And we didn't film it, but we even went back up to the buffet at like 11:30
We did, yeah.
for a bit of a late night snack. The portion's not huge, are they?
No, but yeah, I suppose you're not stuffed.
No,
afterwards.
but you get to taste everything.
Yeah.
And what was it? 4 courses last night, wasn't it? So we had starter, soup,
Yeah.
main, dessert.
Well, 5 including coffee and petit fours.
Yeah. So it's you don't want it too big anyway. But yeah, it's been really good so far. We did have a little venture down to the casino last night, didn't we? But we didn't really have much luck. But,
I did.
Oh, you done it? Yeah,
I doubled my money.
Yeah, you did. Usually, what was you, 20 in, 40 out, something like that?
Yeah, it wasn't exactly rolling.
Whereas on the blackjack table, we didn't do too great, did we? Mind you, I was probably there for a good...
You were there ages.
Maybe 2 hours. And I think I gave you some chips, didn't I? I was level for ages, and then you came along and ruined all my luck. But no, we had good fun there. We had good fun. So today we're still debating what to do a little bit, but there's so many activities to do and so much to see. So I'll show you that in a second. We think we're gonna go for a bit of a quiz type morning.
Morning trivia.
And
then bingo.
Yeah, so that's in the Golden Lion pub. So that's opposite the casino. We didn't go in there last night, so we're going to try that this morning.
What I have to say as well is they do talks, like some talks in the morning, and they're actually they look quite interesting.
Yeah, so I'll show you that in a second. I'll show you what the daily activity, like how many different activities are, and show you that in a second. But anyway, yeah, we're not too sure about eating this morning. We did get breakfast in the room. Which was nice. We didn't have loads because we were thinking we were going to have some lunch and whatever else later on. But yeah, it's nice to have a bit of breakfast in the room and just take it easy for a couple of hours this morning. But anyway, yeah, I'll quickly show you the activity list. Right, so this is today's activity list. This gets delivered to your room the night before. So I think they come around at sort of, I don't know, 9, 10 o'clock, whatever, and deliver this through. So what we're thinking is 10 o'clock in the Golden Lion for trivia, staying there at 11 o'clock for the $5,000 mega jackpot bingo. Sounds right up our street. I think they start serving food from 12, so we might have a little bit of light lunch. These are some of the talks they've got on today. So something about fraud, a bit about the moon landing, and that's all in the main theatre area. This is the afternoon, early evening. So Charlotte's tempted by the watercolour class at 2 o'clock, although we're kind of torn because at 2:30 there's the Pinnacle game show in the theatre, which sounds like an interactive thing that you can win some stuff. So we might try that. And then the evening is over this side, but I'm hoping it just gives you an idea of how much there is going on at any one given point. So we did the silent disco last time. That was actually quite good fun.
That was hilarious.
I don't think that's on again tonight. But I think what we're looking at tonight is more the yacht club. So we did pop up there for one last night. But tonight they've got the 80s hits at 8:45, then the 90s hits at 9:45. So we thought we might try that. Tonight is the gala night. So you need to dress up for tonight. So yeah, anyway, we're going to head down to the Golden Lion to see if we can win some of these quizzes. So the quiz wasn't a great success for the Sittingbourne Sailors. 11 points.
Because someone kept giving us the wrong answers.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a couple of definite questionable ones here. Fastest fish in the world, and we had turbot. So yeah, no wonder we was almost last, I think. But we've got a nice beer there. Charlotte's feeling a little bit ropey this morning, so she's got a Coke, and this is our next little venture. $30 worth of bingo. I'm starting in the next half an hour after almost a $200 loss in the casino last night, but never mind. We've got a nice beer and we're in the Golden Lion. So no good on the quiz or the bingo, but we've got a bit of food. So we've got a ploughman's, a Scotch egg, ham hock, terrine, bite thingy majiggies, and some fish and chips. Then I think it's back to bed for us.
So this is day 2. As you can see, the views out of the side. And this is gala night. So they do an optional gala night. And when they have a gala night, they also change the menu slightly. So it's a different menu every night, but for a gala night, they just elevate it a bit. Also to mention, not sure if you saw before, but you have something special on there. So they have added items on there that you can pay extra for. So this was our starter. So Laurie had smoked salmon with shrimp cocktail, and I had a chicken and leek terrine, followed by our soups, which was mushroom, and then I actually went for ham and melon. Laurie had venison, which was really nice, and I opted for the pork. A little bit tougher than I would have liked, but it was still lovely, and then we had a tart as well. We then went to one of the bars. This was in the Winter Gardens, and we did a quiz. We didn't do very well, but it was still great night. And then we went to the Commodore Club, which is at the front of the ship. They have their own, it's quite nice actually, each bar has their own like cocktail selection. These ones are what I'd call proper cocktails, very strong. And then we finished the evening by going to the buffet, which is great. They did the late night snacks from 10 o'clock, and they did all sorts of curries that night, which was really, really good.
Okay, so good morning. We're now on day 2. No, day 3 really, isn't it?
Yeah, technically day 3.
We've arrived in Hamburg, but it's really grey, miserable, cold.
Strong winds expected.
Yeah, strong winds. We was debating whether to get off anyway. I think I said this at the start, but we've decided, you know what, we're just going to take it easy today. So we're just going to have a bit of a chill out at the spa. We're going to head up there a bit later. And we've had a little walk around the ship this morning. It's really quiet.
Yeah. Where
like everyone's getting off. They're either getting off to disembark or they're going to have a wander around Hamburg for the day, but not us. We're just going to enjoy the boat and just take it easy. We've just been to breakfast in the main restaurant, the Britannia, which is the first time we've done that, and that was really nice. Although yours was
very small. Still hungry.
Yeah, Charlotte had scrambled eggs, and it was probably the smallest scrambled eggs I've ever seen. But I went for the full English. I think it's called the signature or whatever, and that was actually really nice. So we're going to go for seconds, I think, in a minute. There's I think it's called the chart room, where you can get like teas, coffees and pastries and stuff. So we're going to head there for an hour, read our books and just chill out. We think we're going to try the buffet today. We haven't given that much of a go. We've only gone there like late in the evening. So we're going to try that. But yeah, no, it's been good so far. Like it's been really good. Everyone we've met has been really nice.
Yeah.
We did like a quiz with a couple last night. They was really nice. We got chatting to a few people in the casino. They've all been good. So yeah, no, it's been really nice, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been lovely.
So anyway, I think this one's still hungry, so I'm going to go and get her.
I've just watched it. I've looked so tired.
I don't know
it's
how.
Probably the best I've slept.
Yeah, I don't know how. We've slept quite well in here so far. But yeah, let's go and get you a pastry.
Yeah, it sounds good.
And then get to the spa a bit later. So this is the chart room, and this is some of the things that are included.
Wow.
So we've stopped for some hot chocolate. Look at that. And Charlotte hasn't picked her pastry yet, but I'm sure she will in a minute. So we've had a bit of a relaxing morning at the spa. I'll show you some more of that later. But we've come to the buffet for lunch. So I've got turkey, beef bourguignon, dauphinoise potatoes, and a bit of veg. And Charlotte's gone for pretty much the same. So I thought I'd just show you a little bit of the buffet here, and it is absolutely massive. So we've got all like cheeses, seafood here. This is the cold section. Got some sushi. Some salads. And then around this side is a stir fry station. And here's all your hot stuff. So I had some of this one here, which is the beef bourguignon, which was really nice. Turkey there. Dauphinoise potatoes and veg. bread rolls, and this is just half of it. It does go back through there as well, but this is where I'm going next. This is the ice cream station. So just while it's quiet, I thought I'd show you the spa. So we spent a couple of hours in here this morning. We've come back for seconds this afternoon. This is the hydro pool, and then you've got all of these like lounges and beds along here, and through to the right is a steam room. So let me quickly see if that's free, and I'll show you that as well. So it is free. These are there's all different like steam rooms. You've got windows looking out, and obviously we're in port anyway. And then you've got these hot beds. They don't look very comfortable, but they actually are, and they're really nice and warm as well. So we're going to chill out here for a couple more hours and then work out what we're going to do tonight. We haven't really made our mind up yet, so we'll see what we fancy. So Charlotte's just getting ready for the evening, so I thought I would just do a quick walk round of the ship and show you what it's like, and then hopefully head up in the Commodore Club for a quick pre-dinner drink. So I'll show you around. So I'm going to start here, which is the Royal Arcade. Now these have a number of different shops. Cunard have got their own shop here as well, but it's got like all designer stuff and jewellery and whatever. And it overlooks the casino down here. Now the casino's not massive. People who watch our channel know, I'll take it down in a second anyway, but people of our channel know that we go to Vegas a bit. It's nothing on that scale, but it's good fun. There's enough there, and the one thing I would say is the table minimums are pretty good. So the blackjack table's $5. I think the poker's 10. I think the roulette is minimum chip is $1. So yeah, it's pretty good. The slots, you can find 30-cent slots, some 50. But we've had good fun down here, but I'll show you what they've got. But it's just really picturesque, it really is. So there you go, you've got your blackjack, roulette. The slots are not the newest. So again, if you're looking for the typical Vegas fare, you won't find that here. Opposite the casino is the Golden Lion pub. So they do a lot of the quizzes in there, karaoke, that kind of stuff. I suppose it's always busy. We had some lunch there. I think I touched on this yesterday, and it was really good. It was really good. So I'm moving through. This is the Queen's room. They used to have afternoon tea in here, but they've seemed to have moved that to the restaurant. So you've got this big ballroom area. This is where we did our silent disco on the first night. We've got some real nice seating areas, and we're still docked in Hamburg at the moment. We're due to leave in about half an hour, I think. But I'll just quickly swing round and show you a bit more of the Queen's room. It is really it is pretty. If you carry straight on through here, you've got the Cunard sails to the left. So if you want to book another voyage while you're on board, you can do so there. To be honest, we have been tempted. We're looking for next year. I don't know whether you get like, you know, loads and loads of savings if you do it there. I'd imagine it might be a bit cheaper. And to the left here is the chart rooms. This is where we had some hot chocolate this morning. I'll quickly take you around here. So this is the grand lobby. You've got a library here. And just here is the Britannia steak restaurant. We're flirting with the idea of trying this tomorrow. So if we do, I'll show you a bit more of that tomorrow night. There is an upcharge for that. And this is the grand lobby, and it's just so picturesque. It really, like when you step on board, it just takes your breath away. It really, really does. But yeah, it is something else. It really, really is. So anyway, I'll carry on. If we step up here, so this is the chart room, as I said. It does get busy. It's typically busy all day. They do coffees, cocktails, all of that kind of good stuff. And then further through here is the restaurant, with the Britannia restaurant. And that's where you have your evening meal and stuff. So I'll show you on this map. So we started over here by the casino and the Golden Lion. We've come along the bottom bit here to the Britannia Club. So now what we're going to do, if we go up one, I'll take you back along this way and show you the upstairs. So let's double back. I'll see if I can get up the stairs here. I'm not sure if I can. No, I don't think I can. So I'll catch you upstairs. Right, so this is the grand lobby from upstairs. Now you've got the midships bar just there, which again is a typical like cocktail post dinner drinks place. Just through the door at the end there is the upper level of the Britannia. So if we swing round here, I'll take you back through. What I would say is there is just loads of lifts and stairways, so you're never far from just going up a level. And it is hard to get lost. Excuse the wind. People still coming on board from Hamburg. Now this is an art gallery they've got on board. They've got all different stuff here, but the one that's taken our fancy is this one here, which is a £10 note with Princess Diana, but it's a Banksy, $5,000. So I think we'd need to have a bit of a touch in the casino to even think about that. So you come upstairs and we're back above the Queen's room, so it'll give you a bit of a better perspective. So as I say, they have a lot of live music acts, ballroom dancing, line dancing, all that kind of good stuff. Obviously we've done the silent disco, which is about as much as you're going to get out of me for dancing on this trip. And up here you've got your jewellers. Charlotte has been looking, but I think she's dreaming. If I'm honest, you can dream on if she thinks I'm going in there. And you carry back on here and it brings you back to the Royal Arcade. There's a Cunard shop here. We do need to go in here and get Jude and Mum and Dad a little something, no doubt. But yeah, this brings you back to above the casino. And this is pretty much floors 2 and 3, with the exception of the theatre, which I will quickly just show you. So if you walk along here, by the way, I absolutely love that clock. I just think that is so picturesque with the stairs, and how they've done that is really something else. And I just think it's probably made to sort of invite you towards the casino, but yeah, it worked for me. Oh, right, it's shut, so I can't actually show you. But through here is the upper level of the theatre. I'll try and get some shots in there at another point. But that is pretty much the decks 2 and 3 for the Queen Victoria. So I'm now going to head up to the Commodore Club for a quick pre-dinner drink. As you head into the Commodore, there's just all these different plaques of places where the ship's called into, just all over the world. But it's fascinating to look at. There's so many different ones here. Different port authorities, Faroe Islands, etc. But anyway, let's go and get a drink. There can't be a better point than waiting for the missus to get ready, and you've got a nice hour to kill. Cheers. So back again in the Britannia for night 3 of our evening meal. I thought I'd just show you the menu again, just to show you some of the selection that you can get in this restaurant. There's typically sort of like 5 main different dishes for your main course, with a couple of extras that Charlotte touched on that you can opt in to pay more for.
So I went for the mackerel to start, and Charlotte went for the pate. And then I didn't film the soups or the salad this time round, but for the main, I went for the trout, and Charlotte went for the veal with dauphinoise potatoes. And then for dessert, I had the sticky toffee pudding, which was exceptional, and Charlotte went for the chia seeds. But again, we didn't have a bad meal in there at all. Everything was tasty. It was really good. It was just super rich, really indulgent. We obviously hit the casino again, third night in a row. Didn't have any major luck, to be honest, so we soon made our way back up to the Commodore Club, which was soon becoming our main haunt for the evening. What I would say is the cocktails in here are expensive, but they certainly are strong. But again, another really good night up there, sitting at the bar, listening to the music, and just watching the world go by. Right, so it's been a little while, I think, since we spoke. I'm trying to think when it last was, probably pre-dinner yesterday. But we had quite an eventful night, didn't we? So I won't go into details of the dinner and stuff. It's been really good the whole time. We didn't have any luck in a casino as usual. I think it was about 100 down last night.
Well, they're saying that we had a bit of a run.
Yeah, we was there for what, an hour and a half?
Maybe even 2 hours. We were there a while.
So it wasn't too bad. We just got stuck on one machine, and I was convinced the bonus was going to hit, but it never mind.
Chase it like we normally do.
Yeah, never mind. We did a little bit of shopping. We've got some more shopping to do today. And then we went for, where did we go? We went Commodore Club again, which is great, but their cocktails in there are like so strong, aren't they? We've noticed they're a little bit dearer than the other bars. Where, like, most bars are like $11 or $12. In there it's $16.
Yeah.
But they are the proper stuff.
They're potent.
Yeah, they're proper. We did go for a little buffet again about 11 o'clock. Can't even remember what we had last night.
Noodles.
Oh yeah, it's like a Chinese type
spring
thing
rolls.
last night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But the real drama was when we got back to the room. So the captain said when we was having dinner, it might be a little bit rough tonight. And he wasn't wrong. I think I managed to get a couple of hours sleep, but probably 2 o'clock, we was getting bounced all about the place. But what made it worse was probably about 2:30, the emergency alarm came on. And apparently there was a fire in the boiler room that needed investigating.
Oh no, it was an alarm that had set off.
Yeah.
In the boiler room.
But like,
it was kind of like, I don't need to know that.
Yeah. But then probably 10 minutes later, it was like, oh, captain speaking again. It's all fine. Don't worry. Like, rest assured, it's all okay. And
it was that 10-minute wait. You were like,
yeah.
What do we do? Do we need to start getting ready? Like,
yeah.
Are we going to be?
Are we overboard or what? And then all of a sudden, probably half an hour later, so probably about 3 o'clock in the morning now, it goes off again, and there's another emergency on deck 10, and it turns out the pot washer had blown up or something.
There was smoke coming from the pot washer,
but then again, probably 10 minutes after, oh, that's all sorted, don't worry.
Have a nice evening.
Have a nice evening at 3 o'clock in the morning. And by that point, you're getting bounced about the place in the middle of the North Sea.
Oh, yeah, it was awful last night. It was like, kind of when it's like side to side, you almost like become acclimatised to it. And the way I try and think about it is when you're on an aeroplane and you're taking off and then the pilot slows the engines down a bit and then you almost have that, you like recalibrate.
Yeah.
It's almost like you get used to the movement and then all of a sudden something changes and it throws your balance off. But last night it was side to side, up and down, then the whole room just started shaking. Yeah,
which I think it's like the engine, they try and combat the waves with like the different, but yeah, it wasn't a most relaxing night. So
and I've spoken about it before, about suffering with anxiety, and my anxiety was on another level last night.
It was. But touch wood, we're okay. It seems to have calmed down a bit today.
Yeah, it's still a little bit choppy, but it's...
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But we've had just a lazy morning. We thought, do you know what? Like, we've all done so many quizzes, so we're all quizzed out.
I mean, I would have liked one last go on the bingo. But...
Never mind. So we just had a lazy morning in. We've just ordered some room service. I'll show you the menu in a minute, but the room service is included in your fare, so there's no extra charge, which I think is pretty amazing. So we've just ordered like a burger and a steak sandwich, and that's due any minute, I think. And then we're just going to do a bit more shopping, have a potter around the ship. And then we're going to hopefully try the afternoon tea, because I think it'd be a bit of a sin to come on Cunard and not do the afternoon tea. So we're going to hopefully try that around 3 o'clock. And we haven't really made up our mind for dinner yet, but
We'll have a wander and we'll make our mind up. I mean, the main restaurant's been pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the thing I was a bit worried about is when you book, and I don't know if we've spoken about this, but you can either book like a table just for two, or you book for a table and then I think it's more aimed at like solo passengers.
You get random people.
When you can all sit on a table together. And when we turned up, we were like there's 3 tables of 2 and we're in the middle. And I always get a bit like nervous about being like on top of people. But we've met 2 really nice guys.
It's been
Honestly,
great.
everyone we've met have been so lovely.
Yeah.
I can see now why people do go solo, because you can just meet so many like people.
Yeah, we've spent so much like with I mean, I've lost count of how many people we've spoke to as part of this trip, and you just get chatting to people and stuff. But yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah.
So we'll probably head back to the main restaurant tonight. I think we'll see how we go. But anyway, I'll quickly show you the menu of the in-service dining stuff, because I was gobsmacked it was all included. And then hopefully our lunch will be here in the very near future. Okay, so this is the menu. So this page on the left kicks in from 12 o'clock. So I've gone for the prime 6-ounce beef burger, and Charlotte's gone for the steak open sandwich. They do a late night one, which kicks in from 11 o'clock till 7 o'clock in the morning. So you can have any of that. They have got like afternoon tea you can get delivered between 3 and 4:30, brunch menu, and you can get drinks and canapes and whatever else delivered as well. There's a charge to this page here on the right, but the fact you can just get it ordered to your room and say the majority of it, so all this stuff here is included, yeah, it's pretty impressive. So our lunch has just arrived. So I went for the burger and Charlotte's gone for the steak baguette. As I said, this is all included in your stateroom fare. So this is right at the back of the ship. I thought I'd just show you a bit more. As I said, it's been a little bit choppy the last 12 hours or so. This is deck 10. Which again, as I say, I haven't shown you too much of, but it's a really funny day. Like the sun's in and out, and when it's out, it's lovely. Yes, thank you. So here we go. So walk along here towards the front of the ship, or the aft of the ship, or whatever it is, which is where the Commodore Club and the Yacht Club is. So I'll show you that. But it looks beautiful out to sea now, compared to earlier on. It was grey skies, stormy clouds, big old waves. But this is much nicer. Let's have a look. If you just looked at that and forgot the fact it's about 9 Celsius, you would be forgiven to think it's in the Caribbean. There's the kids zone there. It looks shut, I think. Be honest, not really a thing for kids, if I'm being honest. Wouldn't bring Jude on here yet a while. Up there is the Grills Terrace. That's if you're in one of the Grills rooms, you get access to that, which is a bit of an exclusive private zone. There's like a little mini driving range in there. They do competitions daily there and stuff. I'm hoping the wind's not too bad, you can actually hear me. And this here is the pavilion pool. Quickly show you. And the spa's just underneath that. So the pools are quite similar in size. I mean, fair play to the people in them. So it is chilly. I'll quickly show you in here. So this is should be the Yacht Club and the Commodore Club, if I've got this right. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think so. I'm still learning my way around this ship. It's mad. Right, here we go. Right, back inside.
This is the yacht club. So overnight, this is your late night disco. We haven't actually made it. Made it to this. Oh, we've come in here for a drink, but the not had the late night disco yet. But it's a really nice little venue. And over the other side, so right at the front of the ship is the Commodore Club. And I've shown you a little bit of that, but since we're here, I'll see if I can show you again in the daytime. Yeah, I'll show you a bit more. Here we go. Yeah, and here it is. And this is the Commodore Club. So I've been spending most evenings in here at the bar. Great little venue. But me and Charlotte are sat outside. I've just going back to get our books. I'm going to sit there for an hour, and then we might try the afternoon tea, I think. But anyway, I said we're going to get our books and our coats, so I better get back to it. So it was British night in the buffet tonight, so we thought we would do that as we were on our way home. I forgot to film it, completely forgot, but all the food was really nice, and this is our little dessert platter. So I got some Mr. Whippy ice cream, treacle tart, that's a trifle cheesecake, and a Bakewell tart. Well, I forgot the custard, so I might have to go and get that as well. So we've just got back to Southampton. So this is the end of our cruise, sadly. It's only 4 nights, but we've had an absolute blast. It's been so good.
Yeah, we're thinking of staying on to Canary Island.
Yeah, a little bit jealous. A few of the people we've spoken to are staying on to the Canaries, and we're thinking, could do a little
16-day trip.
Yeah. But no, for what we wanted, this has been pretty much perfect. We just wanted to try cruising. Just a couple of relaxing days, and it's been exactly what the doctor ordered.
Best night's sleep last night I've had in, I couldn't tell you how long, 10 hours.
God, yeah, just unheard of for us. So I think we said we'd use this as a bit of like a lessons learned thing as well. So we haven't done this cruising before. So I think one of my big lessons is be tactful with your food choices, because the food is so rich. Like yesterday, we both felt just a bit groggy, and I think that was a little bit of the seasickness, a little bit of excessive rich food, probably a little bit of excessive drink on my part. But yeah, we just felt a little bit groggy yesterday. So that's why we spent the morning in the stateroom.
Ship room positioning.
Yes, this is a good point.
We're forward, and we were talking to people yesterday about the like the movement the night before, and they were kind of like, what are you on about? And I think speaking to people, it kind of depends on what position you're on the ship. So we're forward, but I think next time we would go mid-ship.
Yeah.
So we said it's similar to like an aeroplane. If you're at the front of the back of the aeroplane, you're going to feel the movement a bit more than if you're in the middle.
Yeah, definitely. I think I chose this sort of position because I thought you're near the spa, near the gym, near the not that you've used the gym. I don't know if I said this, but I think I've broken my toe walking in the door on the first day here. There's like the balcony door. For some reason, I thought it'd be like a sliding door, but it's not. It's a push open door, but there's a big like metal rail at the bottom. and I smashed my toe on that walking in on before we even left Southampton, I think, or we were just pulling out. And yeah, I'm pretty sure my toe's broken. So that's me out of the half marathon next Saturday, but never mind.
Yeah, we're both meant to be doing a London Landmarks half marathon, but broken toe, chest infection, so
Not happening.
not happening.
But yeah, I think other than that, I think I'm trying to think of anything else. I think we made the right call not doing the drinks package. It wasn't. I mean, we worked out this morning. We think we've done about $350 on drink in 4 days, and I think the drinks package was 85 each. So we wouldn't have got near that.
Yeah.
And if we wanted a drink, we've had a drink. We haven't worried about the price or anything. So yeah, I think other than that, the only thing I would say is the slots on here are tight.
Yeah,
They are tight.
really tight.
Compared to Vegas, I mean, people say Vegas slots are tight now, but I mean, compared to Vegas, that was hard work in there. We went through 100 last night in very quick time on like low roll bets on like 30, 40, 50 cents a spin. I think most bonuses were around $5 on a 50-cent spin. We didn't really get many big, like, I mean, you don't expect to like win hundreds or thousands, but I think our biggest win was like 30 or $40.
Yeah.
And that was a one-off. But it's good fun. It's good fun all the same. So if you've got any questions about this, obviously just drop a comment below and we'll get back to you. But we've had an absolute amazing time. We're thinking of doing another Cunard next year. So we'll see if we can make that work. But yeah, it's been great, isn't it?
Been amazing.
Yeah. So next up for us is Turkey.
About 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, not too long at all. And we'll have the little man with us for that. So we'll see you at Gatwick very soon. So I hope you're well, take care, and speak to you soon.